wisdom, O Lord, and spare us from the tempest and the storm.
Get below, lad. Dangerous over here.
I feel sick.
Better be sick below than washed overboard. Harry's staying down below. Ice the good rum. Funny that. You been seasick? Oi. Well, you've been a sailor long enough, haven't you? Harry? A sailor? Never worked on a ship in his life. Nearest he ever got was 15 years on a fish cannery in Frisco. Wrong. Better get the cocktail. This don't abate. Better turn around and make for the nearest port.
Aye.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Get him below.
Are we in danger, sir?
Not if this were a ship we were in. Now get below. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Reminds me of a typhoon we ran into in the Bay of Bengal. Couldn't see a hand in front of your face. Seas as high as the Royal.
Control the elements with thy mighty hand.
Right over the Royal sometimes.
Man, I have to tell you, we can't hold this course.
The wind will go down, I know it will. We're certainly not turning back now.
Look, it's a sou'wester for 7 to 9. She's taking water solid over the forecastle head. Any more of this and she may be in real trouble.
The Grey Cat is a very good ship. My late husband always said she was the best he owned.
She was a good ship. But because nobody's spent a penny piece on her for years, she's taking water all the time.
I won't hear a word about turning back.
There's another half hour. The wind hasn't slackened by then. I'm turning for port.
I would remind you, sir, that I am the owner of this ship.
And I'm the captain, man. And I've my crew to think of.
Disobedience!
Captain is
Everywhere I look, I find the ungodly ranged against me.
Take it to your cabin. You'll try and rest.
Serpents, spiders with scorpions. Oh, dear Lord. Forgive me.
Closed, sir.
Where's Mr. and Mrs. Beale?
Oh, I don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, they said they were going to see the boy off, but they haven't come back.
Off where to?
America, sir. He's going on the Grey Cat to Bristol and catching the boat from there.
When was this?
Well, yesterday. I was expecting them back, only, well, they haven't come. Only there is something else.
What?
Well, when I went upstairs to make their beds, all their clothes had gone.
Are you sure the Grey Cat has sailed? I know the Grey Cat sailed. And I know Perry Veal and Major Honor signed on as crew. Well, Captain Stevens knows his job. That barkentee's not supposed to carry passengers. Board of Trade to be down on him.
And Anthony, the boy?
I don't know. No reason why he should know.
In this weather, do you think they'll get to Bristol?
Put it this way. Oh, I wouldn't sail in a storm like this. We had a Frenchie put in 2 hours ago, and pleased they were to get their feet in land again.
But can they get to Bristol?
If anybody will get them there, Stevens will.
Yeah?
Are we near Bristol yet?
Wish it was nearer. Why Bristol?
That's where we're going, aren't we?
The Lord only knows where we'll make landfall with this wind. We're bound for Porto, Portugal.
But I'm getting off at Bristol.
Bristol? I can't stand here arguing the toss. We're supposed to be sailing for Portugal. You ask your mother, whatever she is. She'll set you right.
Right, Mr. Mate! No one can come on deck or go along unless he's tied on! I've waited long enough! And by your mates, the commandant! Ready about! Right on over! We'll just have to run for the nearest harbour we can find. To the right, there's the water's gaining on the pump. Well, any more hands he wants, he can have. Aye, sir. Keep as steady as she goes! I'm going forward!
Are you all right, sir? Easy does it. Easy does it. Give me a hand. That was hard. Here. Do you know anything about meds?
I think I busted a few ribs. No, don't try to sit me up. Martin, sir, you go forward. Tell Mr. Malloy I want a jury rig.
Aye, sir.
Yeah. I'll cover the head. I'll place some bandages, tie around my body. I'll be all right.
Land ahead! We're driving on the land! Let's try to turn! Get everybody up! Right there! On deck!
May I ask why?
Sir O'Brien's orders, man! We're gonna run aground! Safer on deck! You all right, sir?
Leave me here. Look to yourself.
Yeah. you having a Captain?
All hands on deck. Get the boy in the saloon. Safer on deck.
Come on!
Aunt Madge, what's happening?
Hey, Captain! I got a hit! Take the power! Action! Captain upward! Pull, damn you! Pull! Stand by to get Mrs. Beat off next! Where's the boy? You get over yourself, man! Somebody, I'm not over that woman! What do you think you're doing? I've got to! You stay where you are! You're next after Mrs. Lee! No, not with her! Not with that woman! For heaven's sake! Anthony! It's me, boy!
you doing here? You weren't on the ship, were you?
No. Anthony wrote me a letter about sailing to America. So when I heard about the shipwreck, I came immediately.
Is Anthony all right?
Yes. He's been very lucky. Somehow he got locked in a dining saloon. It was Perry who realized he was missing.
They tell me Perry was drowned.
Yes. Saving Anthony.
And Madge?
Oh, she's here. In another room, I went to see her, but she didn't seem to let me. She just sat there like a toad, talking to herself.
What was she talking about?
Oh, I don't know. How she was a special woman, how Perry understood her, but my father never had. Religious things. I left her. I couldn't bear to hear it. I think she's quite mad.
Patricia. Sit down. Quite a long time ago, I got worried about your father. His skin looked dry and he handled things so clumsily as though he had no feeling in his fingertips. I thought perhaps he was taking some sort of drugs. So one night, the night you stood up for me against Ned Pauling, I took away the remains of his supper and had it analyzed. It contained traces of arsenic. Went straight to the police, but the traces were so slight. You see, my trouble was that I wasn't certain of anything, and there was nobody I could ask. I had quarreled with Joe, and you and I, we could hardly speak to each other. I tried to drop hints, but well, quite naturally, I suppose you thought that I was just trying to frighten you. So you'd come back to me. Then Joe died. And I started to make inquiries about how your mother had died.
My mother?
It was too like your father's death. I went back to the police, and they made investigations. I noticed that there were always a lot of flypapers around at the cafe.
Dear God.
The police found that Madge had been buying flypapers in all the local shops. One flypaper contains enough arsenic to kill a man. I'd do anything to spare you this. But you have to know. Then, the night before last, the coroner ordered that your parents were to be exhumed.
Oh, God.
There was arsenic in both their bodies. More than 4 grains in your father's. I'm so terribly sorry.
Why did you do all this?
I was frightened for you. That's why I was so glad that you weren't left more in Joe's will. Otherwise, you might have been next.
Frightened something might happen to me.
You know, this isn't the time to say it. In fact, I can't think of a worse time, but I may never get another chance. You know you're the only woman I'll ever love.
Hello. You feeling better?
Tom,
Hello, Anthony.
I didn't know you were here.
We're both here.
I'm hungry.
Patricia thinks of everything.
I was in a shipwreck.
Oh, yes, I know.
It's very frightening. How am I going to get back to America?
Anthony, there's something I've got to tell you. Last night, when I was at the cafe, I found some letters in the kitchen. They were from your father.
He never wrote to me.
He wrote to Joe. In them, he said that he was going to marry again, and that the lady he was going to marry didn't think it was a good idea for you to go and live with them.
Whatever.
Well, not for a while, anyway.
My father never told me this.
You see, I think what Joe wanted was to bring you up himself. He never had a son.
But Uncle Joe's dead.
Yes, I know. So, I've had an idea. What would you say if I looked after you and there's something else? I'm going away. I'm leaving Falmouth.
But you can't go away. I mean, you're respected here.
Actually, it was Patricia who made me realize life can be too easy, too safe. I've been offered a partnership in Australia, in Melbourne. Oh, Anthony, just think it's a vast new country, Australia. You can get on a horse and ride for days and days on end.
Do they have ships?
Yes. Melbourne's a port. A whole new country, Anthony. We'll start afresh. Everything will be quite different.
No, Tom, there's no reason for you to take Anthony. He's not your family. Anthony, you live with me. We may not be very rich to begin with, but we're married.
Actually, Patricia will be quite well off. It looks now as though she'll inherit Smoky Joe's.
Surely Aunt Madge.
Aunt Madge won't be running anything anymore. Oh, Anthony, just think. A new life in a new country. We'll forget about everything that's happened here.
What about Patricia?
Can you keep a secret? Even from Patricia?
Yes?
You know what I'm really hoping? More than anything else on Earth. I'm hoping that Patricia will come with us. The three of us. Together.